In just 1 month, you will get to vote on 8 ballot questions. One of them is about tribal nations in Maine. Good evening and happy Indigenous Peoples Day. I'm Brian Yacono.
And I'm Amanda Hill. That ballot question is question 6, and if voted through, it would restore language to Maine's Constitution that was removed 150 years ago. The language states the obligations the state owes to the tribes. News Center Maine's Jack Mulmud has more.
That you do it. Vote yes on question 6.
The inside of the Maine State House may be quiet this time of year.
Yes on 6!
But outside,
Yes on 6!
is anything but.
My prayer is just asking for guidance and, giving thanks.
And as Vice Chief of the Mi'kmaq Nation, Richard Syllaboy, puts it,
I feel good about the future if we get past question 6.
Setbacks to giving the tribes more power, he says, will be worth it if they can get Mainers to vote yes on question 6.
There's pieces in that Constitution that would create a better relationship between the tribes and the state.
Right now, copies of Maine's Constitution do not include all of the language that was originally printed when Maine broke off from Massachusetts in the early 1800s. The reasons as to why it was removed are debated. But the language removal included the obligations Maine has to the tribes that exist in the state. And on Monday, on Indigenous Peoples Day, tribal leaders are working to bring that language back.
If they're not out there for Mainers to know about and learn about, then that makes us feel like we don't matter, that our history doesn't matter. So many places really opened up.
Molly and Bryant, the president of the Wabanaki Alliance, says bringing the language back to printed copies of Maine's Constitution is more than symbolic.
If the state of Maine really wants a relationship that is meaningful and truthful with the sovereign nations of the Wabanaki Confederacy, this is a great step to doing that.
Meantime, Governor Janet Mills this past legislative session vetoed a bill that would have granted the tribes similar rights that tribes across the United States have. And when question 6 was originally a bill in the State House, she opposed that as well. Her office told us on Monday she is not taking a stance on question 6.
It is in the power of the voters.
And that's why Vice Chief Syllaboy is more hopeful than ever, hoping Maine voters will work to include Maine's historical obligations to the tribes into copies of its Constitution.
Battle that we have to continue to fight until we get the sovereignty and we have the rights.
In Augusta, Jack Mulmud, News Center, Maine.
Now, just because Maine's Constitution doesn't have the language that states its obligations to the tribes does not mean those obligations don't exist. In reality, those obligations have never gone away. Those in support of putting the full language back in the Constitution argue this helps educate Mainers on the relationship the state has with tribal nations.